Hey guys, you're here for something that I somehow didn't seem to mention in my previous video on the Delta power level and why it's so bad. So much to unpack here. Bless him for communicating with the team. So appreciate that we can get these examples of the new system from internal plays tests before they're live. DMG said that players are complaining about being minus 60. Like, hold up. There is no activity in the current system. You need to be minus 60 to get A rank. There have been buffs to score since those people probably were recorded complaining. Likely they were not max power and using old gear, but that is not a factor in the reward score anymore. But at the end of the day, minus 60 is Bungie's fault and not the player. If Bungie communicated bonus time in the projected score rating, then people wouldn't mistakenly believe they need to be minus 60. If they knew what a player stake was, they wouldn't be adding so many modifiers. I'm getting 75% of a bar of score after completing a mission, and these minus 60ers don't know that. It's like they were going for A+ when all they need is an A. Bungie should cut the negatives from modifiers in half, and at most these players would be minus 20. Which, oh look, is already the mandatory power delta that you are going to impose. So have the modifier cost instead of adding this delta system, and it will come out better for everyone. Feedback from playtests say less bullet sponges. Hello? I got grade A while being 15 over my enemies, and you're forcing me to be minus 30 until the end of time. I am doing 59% less damage in the new system at minus 30 compared to now. That means you're creating bullet sponges where there was none. Easier to select various modifiers. This scenario is only applicable when running 5 or more modifiers. So every enemy is not only a bullet sponge, but also drops nukes when they die, and you can't even damage them because they have frontal shields. The solution to this is to add stakes, not 5 modifiers. That's why stakes exist. Take on harder difficulties. Like, bro, my enemies are 500 power, and if I die, I'm kicked to orbit, and if I take too long, I'm kicked to orbit. It sounds hard enough without losing 50% damage output on top of that. And if it needs more time in the oven, then bake it. Like, burn that sucker. This whole portal system is designed to punish casuals for not playing the game, and the first change you want to make is to punish the hardcore players for playing the game too much. And Bungie is just trying to trick you with this delta explanation, and I'll explain the floor versus ceiling concept. Bungie is saying you can still be minus 60 under forced to grind activities in this new system. Example, I'm 450, unlocked ultimate, I play ultimate, I'm 50 under power. No matter what, new system, current system, I'm forced 50 under. Because minus 30 is the most leveled you can be under the new system, not the most under-leveled you can be. And if I play with a friend and Fireteam power kicks in, they get pulled to minus 10 of me. They are 60 power under playing ultimate in the new system with me. In the old system too. This is bad, so don't play ultimate at 450. And don't expect that these numbers will always be what you have to play at, because it can always be worse. GMG gave a 550 example. 550s get tier 5s easy in the new system by playing low difficulty content and getting 300 power max gear. 1, there are not enough cores in the world to level those tier 5s up to 550. And 2, Bungie's best example is that you can do minus 20 match-made content for tier 5s, when right now I can get guaranteed 540 power tier 5s that hardly need infused, while plus 40 power over the enemies I'm fighting. I'm getting higher power loot, and I'm a higher power doing more damage, and everything's going faster. And they want to, at their best example, nerf us by 60 power, and we'll get worse rewards for it. Not to mention you grinded over 1,000 activities to reach 550 power, and the thanks you get is being nerfed by 70 power for no reason. And DMG said that it's good for friends, and I have to outline why this is never good for friends. This is all nothing burger. He said right now you need to play content that is good for your friend too. That is not changing under Delta, even though this statement sounds like it is. The highest player will still need to be host, setting up the modifiers in the new system. Like 1, the lowest player can't select higher difficulties. Huge problem. 2, lower difficulties cap the gear your power can drop at to 300 or 400. So there's no reason to play lower difficulties if you're above those caps. 3, Fireteam power is not going away, just the score adjustment for it. So that really doesn't make much of a difference. 4, your friend is playing higher difficulty content than that they would normally have to, just in order to play with you. And that is a huge problem, and why if I see an LFG post, I don't want to join a higher difficulty than I'm currently at, because it will make the activities harder and I will get no different rewards. None of that changes in the new system. All of that will be exactly the same, if not worse, than before. The example is that friends can play higher level with you and get good loot. In the current system, that already happens. Because you're pulled 10 under the power leader, you will always get a better score than whatever modifiers they put on for themselves. Note that's if they both have the same season pass score bonus. The Delta will make players minus 30 doing ultimate with you instead of only minus 10 of whatever power you're at, which if you're at 550, that would make your friends plus 40 over your enemies instead of minus 30 under your enemies. They also made it sound like players will never be under these deltas. Like, that's as low as you can go. Add every negative modifier in the book on Grandmaster, and sure, you'll only be minus 25 in the new system. But think, at 450, you do Grandmaster under the current system, as an example. If you add 7 negative modifiers, you're still only minus 20. And Bungie wants you to be minus 25 power before adding any modifiers. And that will affect your friends. DMG gives this example. You're 470. You're minus 25 capped. He had 30 points of modifiers and got A rank. In the current system, I can do it now, and it won't put me 25 under power is what I'm trying to explain. And I may need 5 modifiers to do it, but I'm still not 25 under. And Bungie is implementing a system that may save you 5 power when not using any player stakes. It's rewarding you for using modifiers instead of player stakes. In this new system, I may need less total modifiers to run a lower difficulty than I have currently unlocked. But I will always need no modifiers if I ran Ultimate. And if I'm 470 running Ultimate in the current system, I get rank A at minus 30. It's the exact same for the new system. I'm still minus 30. There is no help there. Except when I hit 480, I'm still minus 30 in the new system. And in the current system, I'd only be minus 20. And I would be getting stronger. And I'd be getting the same reward either way. No matter the system, I'm getting the same reward. I'm just getting less powerful as I do it. From 470 and up, there is no scenario where Delta will help the player. It will slowly hurt the player more and more, and giving no benefit for the same reward. Right now, I can currently play with any niche build I want, but that will all change in the new system, because I will need meta builds just to survive at a minus 30 delta that I didn't need before. There will be no experimenting with builds, because I will be locked in to the same thing as before. So in summary, if Bungie wants to make things better for your players, to respect your players' time, and not add bullet sponges, cut the modifier minus 10 in half. Each negative modifier should make it 5 points delta harder, not 10. You won't see negative 60 complaints after that, and negative 60 complaints are caused by your lack of instruction. It's not even the player's fault, meaning you need to add time score bonus into the projected score shown on screen so people know that they don't need that many modifiers, and then teach them that stakes do not increase power delta and that they're better, and then tell them there are crates and rally flags that give you full ammo in every mission, and if you could highlight them even more than you already do, in the strikes, in the reclaim, so that they know where the ammo is at whenever they need it. You have generous systems that alleviate all of the issues that people are complaining about in the game right now, and a simple tweak will do more than an entire overhaul of a Delta system. The new Delta system is designed for a player that doesn't play the game. The Delta change won't make them play the game, and it will make hardcore gamers not play the game. It's a lose-lose scenario, and if this video somehow didn't manage to convince you, then please watch my previous video on more examples on why this is such a bad idea.
Cheese forever, Guardian!